Welcome back to our class on Microsoft Excel. In this class, we are going to perform some basic operations, and we're also going to look at how to insert new rows and new columns in Excel, and also delete new rows and new columns. Thank you, and write along with me. So I'm in my Excel worksheet. Remember, this is the worksheet, page 1. The other worksheet is lecture, and the other one is history 1. So I want to do some basic operation, and what I want to do firstly is I want to add the scores of my students, their mathematics scores and their English scores. Good. But before we proceed, let us quickly input some other scores for Popel. We have 79 and we have 19. Good. So I want to do the sum of math and English. Let me call these M plus E. So that means that the addition of mathematics and English, that is what I want to do now. One of the fantastic thing about Microsoft Excel is you don't have to do things manually. Excel is going to do them for you automatically. So whenever you want to perform any basic operation in Excel, you start with the equal sign. That is the keyboard, the key behind the space button on your keyboard. So the equal sign up to start, that is telling Excel, get prepared, I'm about to start an operation. It's either I'm using the inbuilt functions or I'm typing in my own function. You observe that the tags that you have here, everything have been disabled. You cannot actually see, you cannot actually click on any of them again because Excel is assuming that we are about to start an operation. So what I want to do is I want to do the sum of my mathematics and my English. I can do this in two ways. Sorry, I can do this in two ways. The first one is I can actually type SUM. By typing SUM, I'm telling Excel, please give me all the functions in Excel that start with SUM. And you can see we have some if, some ifs, some products, some SQ, and so on. Sum, this is what I need. It's saying that add all the numbers in a range of cells. So I can double click on this. When I double click on that, you can see that it gives me number 1 and so on and so forth. Then I can pick these, then and over here, I highlight the two rows, the two columns, sorry. Then I can close the bracket. You observe our formula bar. It is having the formulas as we're typing it in the cell. Then I can close the bracket. And if I don't close the bracket, it is still going to work. So close the bracket, press enter, and you're going to see that the addition of 70 and 66 is 136, and that is correct. Yes, now I want to continue. I want to do the same addition for my other students. I don't need to be typing one after the other again. What I need to do is take my pointer or my mouse, let it come to the edge of this particular cell. Then if it shows this black cross sign, yes, I'm going to just click on that and drag it down. Click on that and drag it down. Click on that and drag it down. By dragging it down, I'm telling Excel that what you do here, the first one that you did, try to repeat every other thing. So if you check your formula bar, I'm clicking on that, you can see that it is still doing the sum of B3 and C3 G2 to other part below that formula. So you can see B4, C4. Everything. So the addition of these two numbers is what we're having here. Now, another way of doing addition is for you to type the addition manually. So I'm going to start with equal sign, and I'm going to start with this. I'm picking B2 now, and I'm going to press Shift equals. The equal sign, there's a plus icon on it. So if I click on Shift, that equal sign is going to give me plus. So it's going to change. So and then I'm going to click on this call on English. So that means that it is adding B2 and C2. Then if I press enter, then it is going to give me B. And I don't need to be doing that for others as well. I can just drag down and it's going to give me the addition of that. You can see that it is the same score because that is very, very correct. If I want to do subtraction, what I need to do is very, very simple. You start with equal sign. Remember, you should always start with that. Click on what you want to subtract. I want to subtract this total value from my mathematics, and let us say if you are going to get our English value. So I click on this, then I'm going to click on minus. Minus is the key beside or behind the plus button on your keyboard. After space, plus button, then dash. That is the minus button. Then after clicking that, then I click on math. That is B2. And if I click on enter, you see it's going to give me the score of English. So that means that this plus this is 136. So 136 minus 70 is going to give me my English score. Very correct. So I don't need to do that for others. I can actually double click on this, then it's going to fill it for me. You see that the scores that we are having here is also the same scores that we are also having here. Okay, now we want to do multiplication, and I'm going to start with our usual equal sign. I'm going to click on this, the English score, 66, that's C2, multiply, multiplication sign is shift 8. Shift button, press it down, then press the 8 button. It's going to give you asterisk. Asterisk is the multiplication sign in Microsoft Excel. I'm multiplying that by 2. So then I'm going to click on enter, then it's going to give me this. So I click back the cell, then double click. When the icon has shown that, you can see this is what we are having. 50 multiplied by 2 is 100, 90 multiplied by 2 is 180. So this is how to do multiplication in Microsoft Excel. Now we want to perform some other operations like raise to power. How do we do that? It's very simple. Equal sign. Click on what you want to raise to power. Let's say we want to do our English score 66 raise to power. Raise to power is shift 6. Shift 6 is going to give you the inverted form of letter V, and that is the raise to power. Let's say raise to power 2. Raise to power 2, then if you click on enter, it's going to give you this. I hope you know that raise to power here means 66 multiplied by 66. 66 into form, that is 66 times 66, and it's going to give you that. So let us just confirm that, and let's see if our Excel is actually correct or wrong. So we can do manually equals, you can type 66 sheet 8 multiplied by 66. Good, you can see that is very correct and it is related to it. But if I drag this down, this is going to be 4, 3, 5, 6 all through, because that I've inputted a command manually here, and it is not, it's going to give me a static result. But if I want it to be multiplying this by itself, what I can do is I'll start with my equal sign, then I click on this C2 sheet 8, then I'll click on this C2 again, sheet 8. Good. You can see. So if I drag this down now, this is going to give me dynamic result. So if I click on this, you see that it is also multiplying this by itself. Enter. If I click on this, it is also multiplying C6 by itself. Good. So that is how to do that. So you can perform a lot of operation. Let us quickly look at division. If I want to divide, how do I go about it? I'll start with my equal sign, remember? So I'm going to start divide this score that I have here. Next, I want to divide this score by 100. So the addition of math and English. So I click on this, that's G2. Then the division sign is the key behind the shift button. You know, you have two shift button on your keyboard, the one to your right, the one to your left. The one to your right, the key immediately behind it is the shift button. It also has question mark on that as well. So you can see that is the forward stroke divided by 100. I type my 100 and I press my enter. You can see what I got now. So 136 divided by 100 give us 1.36, and that is very correct. So if I drag this down, every other thing will be divided by 100, because 100 is static. It is a static figure that I inputted manually. So it's going to be used to divide every other numbers that we have here. And this takes us to the fact that if I want to convert this to percentage, how do I go about it? It's very easy. Just click on percentage here, and it's going to give us a wow, that 1.36 is actually 136%, and that is correct. Now let me do it in the other way around for us to understand it better. This is 100 divided by this number. Good, you can see it's giving us 173. So if I drag this down, yeah, now you can see that my numbers, we have them in 5 decimal places and some in 6 decimal places. If I want to reduce these decimal places, what do? I need to click on this icon. By clicking on it, you can see it's showing decrease decimal. If I click on it, it's going to be decreasing the decimal places. And the one in front is saying increase decimal. So if I click on it, it's going to be increasing the decimal places. So if you have numbers, maybe you are doing research and you want your number to be in 2 decimal places, just highlight everything and click on decrease decimal, and it's going to automatically calculate everything for you in decimal places. Then I can convert this to percentage. Just click on this, and it's going to convert this to percent. This tells us that 0.60 is 60%. So if I just drag this down, it's going to change everything for us by default. Good. Now, the last thing that I want to look at in this particular topic is the concept of insert and delete. How do I insert new rows and how do I delete new rows? Now we want to look at how to insert new column and new row. For instance, if I want to insert another column behind or before this English column, what I need to do is click on this. Let my arrow be showing down this way. Then click on this and right click your mouse, then click on insert. So it's going to insert a new column for you there. For you to also insert a new row, click on that particular row, right click, then click on insert. It's going to insert a new row above that. And if I want to delete this, click on this as well, right click and delete. Then it's done. The same thing for this. Click on this, right click, delete, and it is done. Thank you very much. See you in our next topic. Bye.